The following video is a verbatim recitation of session interactions with models from OpenAI. Last known save date was from Q4 2023. So we picked things back up, checking in on 1.1 prompt gen transfer. So for this, we dipped into one of our favorite OG prompt generators from prompts.chat. This is as followed. I want you to act as a prompt generator. First, I will give you a title like this, act as a English pronunciation helper. And I can't really necessarily do justice to this prompt in verbatim mode. Well, actually, yeah. That's the point. I want you to act as a prompt generator. Firstly, I will give you a title like this, act as a prompt pronunciation helper, end quote. Remember, punctuation and grammar can be key essentials in highlighting syntax and focusing or concentrating tokens that could be useful. Picking back up in the prompt, the author writes, then you give me a prompt like this, quote, colon, open quote, I want you to act as an English pronunciation assistant for Turkish-speaking people, period. I will write your sentences and you will only answer their pronunciations, comma, and nothing else, period. The replies must not be translations of my sentences, but only pronunciations, period. Pronunciations should use Turkish Latin letters for phonetics. Period. Do not write explanations on replies, period. My first sentence is, quote, how the weather is in Istanbul, question mark, close quote, period, close quote, open parentheses, you should adapt the sample prompt according to the title I gave, period. The prompt should be self-explanatory and appropriate to the title. Don't refer to the example I gave you. Or to the example I gave. The prompt should, don't refer to the example I gave you, period, close parentheses, period. My first title is, open quote, act as a code review helper, close quote, open parentheses, give me prompt only, period. Next we have the response, okay, act, title, act as a code review helper, prompt. I want you to act as a code review assistant. I will provide you with code snippets and you will only provide feedback on their quality and potential improvements. Your responses should focus on providing practices, style, and potential issues. Do not provide explanations, only code review feedback. My first code snippet is... And next we copied and pasted some text from our previous working sessions as seen previously before 1.1. And here we said transform this text into paragraph format. So here we had code or pseudocode parsed out, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. And next we see the code in Python, scrolling. Okay, so we said transform this text into paragraph format. The response was, it seems you haven't provided the text that you'd like me to transform into a paragraph format. Please provide the text and I'll be happy to assist you. And then we copied and pasted it in again. This is the Python code and / or pseudocode. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. We see the block text in Python. Next, we asked, describe what this code does so as to communicate this information into 3 to 5 paragraphs. The response was as followed. The provided Python code is a script that performs various natural language processing NLP tasks on a given text using the SpaceCN NLTK libraries. The primary goal of the script is to analyze the input text on multiple linguistic levels, including named entity recognition, part of speech tagging, dependency parsing, and sentiment analysis. The script begins by loading the Space C English language model. The process text function is then defined to handle the NLP tasks. The input text is tokenized into sentences using the NLTK library, and each sentence is individually processed. For each sentence, the script extracts information about named entities, parts of speech tags, and dependency relationships between words. The NER step identifies and categorizes named entities in the text, such as locations, organizations, or quantities. The POS tagging step assigns grammatical categories to each word in a sentence, distinguishing between nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. Dependency parsing reveals the syntactic structure of the sentence by identifying relationships between words. Additionally, the script incorporates sentiment analysis using the NLTK's sentiment intensity analyzer. It assigns a sentiment score to each sentence, indicating the overall sentiment as positive, negative, or neutral. The code also outlines steps 5 through 8 for further analysis, including optimization for contextual synonyms, context window analysis, customization for domain-specific terminology, and regular expressions for specific patterns. Finally, the processed information for each sentence is formatted into a string and accumulated to format the overall processed text. The example usage at the end demonstrates how to apply this text processing function to a given input text and prints the resulting processed information for each sentence. So next, we're moving on to our next entry. Entry number 2, prompt gen format. The previous was 1.1 prompt gen transfer. Let's check it out. Again, here we have a copy and paste of our original OG most favorite copy pasta prompt for act as a prompt generator. This is highly recommended. We have a response. Okay, yeah. Assisting. The variable nature of generation. This time, act as a travel itinerary planner prompt. I want you to help plan a travel itinerary. I will provide details about the destination, the duration, and interests. Your response should consist of suggested activities, places to visit, and recommendations for each day. Do not include any additional information or explanations, just the literary suggestions. So next, the prompt we entered next was, okay, so how would I approach the process of raw data processing in the context of building a template/structured formatting approach to convert dense, bundled text oration into a reflection of, quote, the same thing, end quote, with open bracket main topic, close bracket, and open bracket subtopic, close bracket, in brackets, question mark. And here we included some structure that we had from another session, and we copied and pasted it into our response. And then we said, and can you create a formatting that includes incorporate named entity recognition, utilize part of speech tagging, implement dependency parsing, only use sentiment analysis when absolutely necessary, optimize for contextual synonyms. It's very important to add context window analysis and the ability to customize for domain-specific terminology. See if there's a way to include regular expressions for specific patterns. And then the response was title, developing a structured formatting approach for raw data processing with named entity recognition and advanced analysis techniques. Prompt, outline a step-by-step process for building a template and structured formatting approach to convert dense, bundled text oration into a more organized reflection. Your formatting should include main topic and subtopic in brackets. Additionally, incorporate the following considerations. Utilize a rectangle formatter in quotes, open angled brackets, closed angled brackets, with components, include headings as heading, use structure tool as structure, include overview as overview, include introduction as intro, include main content as content, include conclusion section as conclusion. Use the use case car underscore length to limit the line length of all code blocks. Implement the following advanced analysis techniques: named entity recognition, part of speech tagging, dependency parsing. Use sentiment analysis only when absolutely necessary. Optimize for contextual synonyms. Conduct context window analysis. Allow customization for domain-specific terminology. Incorporate regular expressions for specific patterns. And that is the end of this specific section. So far, we've went through 0, 1, 1.1, and we just concluded number 2. Next, we're going to go one step further into our next entry. Number 3, structured formatting. Structured formatting for NLP. This video is a part of a larger series involving large language model culture commentary. Click here for a navigation aid on your screen now, appearing as a playlist. First video should be a hypergraph key. Second video should be a table of contents. Catch up on all things AI culture commentary with the following quick pick series. This is, as an aggregator, your first stop shop for curated content on YouTube.